the Director, UNFPA Pacific Sub-Regional Office and Representative, Mr. Yuri Kato, the Assistant Director, Universal Health Coverage Section, Global Health Division of DFED, Government of Australia, Ms. Sally McKay, distinguished delegates from the Pacific region, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Bula Vinaka to you all. I take this time on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister and the government and people of Fiji to extend our warm welcome to you all this morning. We hope that your short stay in Fiji will be an enjoyable and a memorable one. I worked closely on the International Conference on Population and Development, ICPD Program of Action in the Pacific almost 3 decades ago. In my previous role as the Dean of the Faculty of Business and Economics at the University of the South Pacific, the intersection between population, economic growth, and sustainable development has always fascinated me. That is why I find myself drawn to the population and development programs supported by UNFPA in Fiji and across the Pacific. And I continue to be a champion for sustainable, people-centered development. I welcome the chance to promote population and development efforts in Fiji in my current capacity as the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Finance. Early this year, the government of Fiji committed to develop its population policy, one that people-centered, rights-based, multi-sectoral, and forward-looking. The Asian Pacific Ministerial Declaration on Population and Development calls for a set of policy directions and priority actions to ensure the effective implementation of the Program of Action of the International Conference on Population and Development. Progressing the Program of Action on the International Conference on Population and Development in the Pacific is challenged by a host of issues, including economic, social, and environmental problems. We continue to suffer from diseconomies of scale in production and exchange of goods and services, remoteness from exports market, high vulnerability to external market shocks, and increasing susceptibility to natural disasters and climate change. Climate change is recognized by PSIDS and other small island development states as the single greatest threat to the lives and livelihoods, security, social development, and well-being of the Pacific population. Our island communities stand in the front line battling the impact of climate change. Furthermore, we faced the devastating impact of COVID-19. Although Pacific communities are resilient in nature, the enormity of challenges that threaten our security and livelihoods and the traditional social systems that hold us. More than ever, the value of national population policies is imminent to tailor strategic policy responses to these persistent and emerging population and development challenges. In fact, Fiji is committed to a national population policy. It was in April when I hosted the Fiji Government Interministerial Policy Dialogue on Population and Development and had the pleasure of having United Nations Under-Secretary General and UNFPA Executive Director, Dr. Natalia Kanem, join our deliberations. I was actually encouraged by her reminder that population is about people. Evidence abundantly shows that when people, all people, are availed of opportunities, when they are healthy, educated, and able to exercise their rights, individuals and societies flourish. This brings me to the essence of data. We need to bring data into evidence-based policy making and development planning. Good administrative records and vital statistics will produce data that can be analyzed and used to formulate policies and track the success of development initiatives. Furthermore, access to relevant socio-demographic information at decentralized levels takes us a step closer to impacting the lives of those in the communities and far-to-reach areas. Technology, georeference information systems, and planning human resources for managing these data systems, and the understanding of population dynamics are determinants of the scale, evolution, and spatial distribution of the demand for social services and humanitarian response efforts. I do note with interest from the program that you will be making country presentation on the progress of implementation of the ICPD program of action and the ministerial declaration. I am interested to listen to your respective presentations, but due to other conflicting engagement, I apologize that I will not be able to attend these sessions. I am, however, confident that your presentations will be value-adding, as you all will be relaying to each other how you overcome challenges with your limited resources and home solutions to persistent challenges. This kind of review and sharing facilitate peer learning. I hope that you will learn from each other over the 2 days. May I encourage you in your review of the implementation of the 2013 Ministerial Declaration on Population and Development and the ICPD Program of Action to consider country-level priorities and gaps in current national policy legislation, including sub-national initiatives. Ultimately, all we do is intended to reach everyone, particularly the most vulnerable populations. I hope in the deliberations over the 2 days, you will celebrate the country progress and successes, as well as highlight key actions for the further implementation of the ICPD program of action in light of our national priorities in the Pacific. This is the opportunity as a Pacific region to individually and collectively. This is good preparation, in my view, for the global review of the 30th anniversary of the ICPD program of action and our commemoration of the halfway point of 2030 agenda for sustainable development in the Pacific. This is the opportunity to collectively address the critical challenges and interrelationships between population and development. I must commend UNFPA for convening this preparatory meeting. I also extend our appreciation to Australia, DFID, and Family Planning New Zealand for their support. May this meeting prepare you and the Pacific well for the 7th Asian Pacific Population Conference in November 2023. Minaka Bakalevu. Thank you.